Get ready to explore Oslo with me, a city where modernity meets tranquility. We'll experience its unique charm, from floating saunas to majestic fjord landscapes. We'll uncover the cultural riches of the National Museum, bask in the beauty of Akershus Fortress, and navigate the city's walkable streets. Join me as we uncover the hidden gems and not-so-hidden costs of the stunning Norwegian capital. Let's start with some things to do. First, a truly unique Norwegian experience, the floating saunas. Picture this, you're in the heart of the city, surrounded by the serene waters. And there they are, these charming little saunas bobbing gently on the surface. It's not just a sauna, it's a sauna with a view. Now let's talk options. If you're traveling solo or on a budget, you can grab a shared sauna pass. It's about 195 kroner. It's an affordable way to soak up this quintessentially Norwegian experience. But hey, if you're feeling a bit extravagant or traveling with a group, why not level up your sauna game? You can rent an entire sauna boat for up to 10 people. Imagine that, your own private floating oasis to tour you around the Oslo Fjord. This luxury comes in at around 2,640 kroner. Aye! Another must-do in Oslo is embarking on a fjord cruise, an experience that truly captures the essence of this stunning city. Picture this, you're gliding through the water, surrounded by breathtaking beauty of the Norwegian fjords. It's a scene straight out of a postcard. I highly recommend taking the time to do this. There's something incredibly serene about being out on the water, and the views of the islands and inlets you get while cruising around are nothing short of spectacular. It's a side of Oslo that you just can't appreciate fully from land. For my adventure, I chose the Brim Explorer, and I'd say it was a fantastic choice. This isn't your typical boat. It's electric, which means it's much quieter than your standard cruise. It was also 2.5 hours, which was longer than most of the other options. The boat itself is stunning with both cozy indoor seating and inviting outdoor options. This comes in handy, especially if it's a bit chilly outside, which it was on the day of our cruise. This cruise will set you back 590 kroner. Not cheap, but it's also fully guided with live commentary. If you're exploring Oslo on a budget, fear not, the city's brimming with fantastic free activities that won't leave your wallet feeling light. Let's dive into a couple of my favorites that combine breathtaking views with a dash of history and culture. First up, Akershus Fortress. This isn't any old fortress, it's a historic gem right in the heart of Oslo. Here's a fun fact for you. Akershus Fortress has never been successfully besieged by a foreign enemy, so don't even think about trying it. Today, it offers not only a glimpse into the past, but also some of the most beautiful views of the city and the fjord. The best part? You can roam around this majestic fortress without spending a single krone. Next, we have the iconic Oslo Opera House. Now this isn't just a place to appreciate the arts from the inside. The real magic happens when you step on its roof. Yes, you heard that right. You can walk on the roof and you don't even have to be Santa Claus. It's designed for public access, offering a stunning panoramic view of Oslo. The architecture is a marvel in itself, resembling an iceberg rising from the fjord. As you ascend the sloping roof, the city unfolds before you in a spectacular display. It's the perfect spot for those Instagram-worthy shots, or just to take a moment and appreciate the beauty of Oslo from a unique vantage point. Oslo has a ton of museums to choose from, and we didn't get close to scratching the surface. We visited the National Museum. It's quite spectacular, and you can tell there's some serious funding behind it. The highlight? Coming face to face with The Scream by Edvard Munch. It's not every day that you get to see such an iconic piece of art. But it's not just about the Scream. The museum is a labyrinth of artistic wonders, from intricate Viking artwork to modern pieces that'll make you do a double take. One such piece is a scandalous sculpture of a butterfly woman performing an impressive split. Gulp. Finally, if you're looking to take it easy and the weather's good, I highly recommend grabbing a cold beverage, dining al fresco, and overlook the water. Let's talk about the many pros of visiting Oslo, a city that combines beauty, modernity, and safety. It's like stepping into a postcard that's come to life, with its stunning architecture and pristine streets. One of the best things about Oslo is how incredibly walkable it is. During our visit, we didn't even need to hop on public transit or grab a rental bike or scooter, of which there are plenty. It's a city designed for strolling, where every turn brings a new discovery and every street invites you to wander and explore. For native English speakers, Oslo is a dream destination. Nearly everyone speaks very fluent English, making communication a breeze. It's like visiting a foreign land but with the comfort of your own home language. You can chat, ask for directions, or dive into deeper conversations without ever hitting a language barrier. Now let's talk about affordability. Especially in the off-season, I found hotels and Airbnbs to be very reasonable. It's a pleasant surprise for a city famous for its expensive nature. The off-season also means fewer crowds, giving you a more relaxed and humane experience. You get to enjoy the city's charm without the usual hustle and bustle of larger European cities. This was the 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment we rented for 3 nights in the downtown core. It was walking distance to all the main attractions, It had a full kitchen and was also a 2-minute walk to a grocery store. I'm putting up the cost on the top right corner. As you can see, it was under 1,000 kroner a night. It is around double in summer, but still, this is way cheaper and way nicer than hotels in Canada. While Oslo has its fair share of charms, it's only fair to talk about some of the cons that come with visiting this Scandinavian gem. Every city has its downsides, and Oslo is no exception. Firstly, let's address the elephant in the room, the cost. Oslo is known for being more expensive than almost all other European cities. It's like dining at one of those fancy restaurants where even the water has a premium price tag. For those who enjoy a drink, be prepared for a bit of sticker shock. Alcohol in Oslo isn't just pricey, there's also restrictions on when and where you can buy it. It's not the place for spontaneous wine runs at odd hours. Then there's the weather. We visited in early October, and let me tell you, the cold was already making itself known. If you're not a fan of chilly temperatures, Oslo may test your love for cooler climates. It's like the city starts prepping for winter while the rest of us are still enjoying fall. And if you're someone who thrives in the hustle and bustle of a huge city teeming with activities and people, Oslo may feel a bit subdued, especially outside the peak summer season. It's more of a laid-back vibe where life moves at a leisurely pace. It's charming in its own right, but if you're looking for that high-energy, big city atmosphere, Oslo might not hit the mark. Let's talk about some tips and things to know for a first-time visitor. First things first, Norway has its own currency, the Norwegian krone or kroner. While we did exchange some money at the airport, I actually regret it. Here's a pro tip. You might not need much cash at all. We stumbled upon several places that were card only, and not a single spot that was cash only. It's like stepping into a cashless future, so your plastic might be your best friend here. When it comes to language, here's the deal. Nearly everyone speaks English, and they speak it well. In some countries, it's polite to fumble through a few words in the local language, but in my experience, Norwegians are refreshingly straightforward. I never had any issues starting conversations in English, and it was always met with fluent responses. I think everyone in Oslo got an A+ in their English class. Now, getting to the city center from Oslo Airport can be a bit of a trek. The airport is quite a distance away from the city center, but fear not. The train is your knight in shining armor, and you've got two options. Vi-trains, the public transit option, costs 118 kroner and takes you right to Oslo Central Station. We took this on our way into the city, and let me tell you, it was like a sardine can on wheels, insanely busy. I'm sure it's not usually this crowded, but I didn't end up even filming as I was uncomfortable with the amount of people I was around. Again, I'm sure that's not usually what it's like, but that was our experience. Flytoget is a separate train system running from the airport to Oslo Central Station, costing about double public transit at 230 kroner. It's pretty much the same deal as the Vi-trains, but with more frequent services. We took this on our way back to Oslo Airport as they had more options earlier in the morning. I would say take the Vi-trains if you can, but Flytoget was also very convenient. I posted a more helpful and more detailed blog in the description that I used to navigate the trains to and from the airport. Duty-free shopping in Oslo is a big deal thanks to the high taxes. If you arrive at Oslo Airport, you'll find a huge section for tax-free shopping before you even step out. And here's a bonus for visitors from outside Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and Finland. You can get a refund for the VAT paid on goods purchased in select shops. Many touristy shops will offer you a receipt for a tax refund right away. Just remember to claim your refund at the airport before you leave. As we leave the land of the Vikings, remember, Oslo isn't just a place, it's an experience. One that's rich in culture and, well, just plain rich. Keep wandering, keep wondering. See you on the next trip.